Welcome back to BTS, Bros Talk Supercars. I'm AJ.
And I'm Curtis.
And we have got something very exciting for you today. But before that, roll the titles.
And here it is, the McLaren GTR P1 Street. What an absolute beautiful car. If you look at it from the front, AJ, I don't know actually if you've seen this, but doesn't it just look like it's got a big smile? It's grinning, it's happy to be here, and it's happy for somebody to drive.
I just feel like that's just the McLaren brand. Kind of, you've got Lando Norris and you've got Daniel Ricciardo. It is the Daniel Ricciardo smile of all cars. Like, if you put a face to a brand, you couldn't match it any better in my eyes.
And talking about matching, this colour scheme here with the volcanic yellow, with the black detailing going all over it, or most of it's carbon fibre, I'm not going to lie. It's beautiful. Now, apparently, actually, the guy said to us when this car came in, they had a green wrap all over the car. I am so happy it's been taken off.
Why would you
wrap
a car that looks like this? Yeah. This is the spec that I would go. If you can go, you go bold, you go bright, you go home, really. Green wrap.
No, this is that volcanic yellow just absolutely pings. And if you look at it very closely as well, you can actually just see the little shining, shimmering texture going across it.
The metallic of the paint is actually unbelievable. You may not be able to see it on camera, but as Curtis said, this is the GTR Street. So for quite a pretty penny, this is a crazy track focus monster machine that it is. But at 130,000, I believe, you can actually have it as a road legal car like this that's
like
sat in front of you.
Yeah.
Not that you could probably tell, but actually £130,000 does not just stick a number plate on the front of the car.
What do we actually need, AJ, to actually take this to a road legal car from a track day car?
There are actually a crazy long list, but some of the things, the first one for me, obviously crash tested, and then simple things.
Just that does make you cry. Imagine crash
cry.
testing one of these, but you would want to with the speed that you're hitting in this. Top speed 225 miles an hour?
Yes, and the wing mirrors here, these have been obviously to make it road legal. You've got indicators, you've got hazard warning lights, you've got simple things like the squirters to actually wash your windscreen. And then obviously seat belts. One of the things that is kind of does make me laugh is actually the tires are actually devised to be road legal tires now. They're still tested at 217 miles an hour.
But it's still the lightweight racing tire.
It's still the alloys, and the tire. But one other thing also, the brake pads, they are different from the GTR, the kind of track focused spec. So I don't really know what's different about them. But one thing that we did actually laugh at, because it was actually the steering. They've increased the steering to make it easier to, for example, take a corner on a road. But seeing the 5 to 10 point turn that's had to do to get to this spot, I don't know how much that's really been changed in reality. Not much in my opinion. But as we walk around the car, there is kind of like, all I just see is McLaren everywhere. McLaren logos again and again, just kind of like each each curve is just like giant McLaren logos, McLaren logos.
Beautiful, AJ. Genuinely, this is one of the most eye candy cars I could see. I remember driving this car on a racing game called Drive Club, and I used to always go in this McLaren P1 because it was, for me, one of visually the most aesthetic looking cars I've ever seen. Everywhere you look, yet it's so edgy and so sharp. Like, if you look at it from the front and you look at it from the back, it actually just looks like a clean, simple boat almost.
Yeah.
And the whole body, the whole cockpit just sits in the center and it sits low. You know it's racing. It's just got that racing feel. And I mean, if we're talking about a little bit of spec, AJ, let's just hit it actually.
But actually, before we go on to that, this is one thing. So the car, obviously, to make it also road legal, is to have a, well, I can't even get into it now.
I was about to say, is that meant to be happening?
You have to have a petrol cap that locks, so simple things like that, and taking it from, I think it is a 97 octane to a 102 octane. Yeah. So there's quite a few like intricate parts, and the fuel tank, the way that it's set in the car, and safety features. So there is a lot changed.
And they have to reprogram the engine as well.
Remap the engine, so it does take that new fuel. But it is kind of unbelievable that this, when you say, is a road car. Like, it actually blows my brain. Like, considering how low this car is, and like my shoes here, I feel like
It's a track day car, let's be
no,
honest.
Kurt, this is a road car. It says, look here,
AJ,
GTR Street.
you
There is
can-
no denying it. It says it
you
right
can
there.
buy another car for the road for £130,000 instead of converting this. This is a track day car.
When you
let's
come
be
down to that
honest.
price, we do know that it
Yeah.
is in excess of £2 million. And hey, if you can afford it, why not? One thing that I would say about this.
Are you going to say this? Because I opened the door just before. You even warned me of this. AJ warned me of this. Be careful of your leg when you open the door. I opened the door and I hit my leg straight away.
I said, if you don't know what you're kind of doing here, you're going to press it, you're going to open it, and you're just going to immediately take your shin out. So
I
was
did it, and I looked
Curtis,
around
you
to
have to
make
step
sure.
back. I saw you do it. That's
Nobody
what's so funny.
looking, yeah.
You have to kind of let it go. But one thing that is insane with this car is how light everything feels. Like it's
And you know what I love
It's
actually?
so
Whilst the door's
easy.
open, if we take a look at the interior over here, because it is a racing car, there's no storage absolutely anywhere in this car. It's not about that. And you know, sometimes you look at the cockpit of a car and you think it can be outdated and it's going to look a little bit old in years to come. This will never look outdated because it's not got that traditional interior. It's purely race-faced. It's clean, it's sharp, it's got only the things you need. I mean, look at the left indicator, look at the right indicator. It's just two massive buttons in the center. Everything on there is just for a track. It's clean, it's simple. And I don't think that'll ever look outdated, AJ, to be fair.
I like the simplicity of it,
Yeah.
definitely, and I like that everything is a button, it's all precise. Again, race car, DRS for the road, I don't know why. Did you say this has also got the push pass?
Yes.
Which, so if you are, no, you can explain
So
it, Curtis.
basically, it's got...
What, are we in Chelsea at 20 miles an hour here?
Well, no, you
we-
don't
where
need
are
it for
we?
that. Wherever you're driving, because it's a racing car, it's got the push power assist. So basically, you push a button on the steering wheel and it gives you extra power to allow overtaking. It makes racing more interesting.
Yeah.
You know, it allows you to overtake more. But with this just under 1,000 brake horsepower engine, 1,000 newton meters of torque, and with the weight to power ratio of 645 brake horsepower to tonne, you don't even need that. I mean, let's be honest, it's absolutely rapid. 2.4 seconds, 0 to 60.
When you say, I know
2.4 seconds!
we talk about timings now, but when it gets to that sort of each tenth of a millisecond, this is so slick, so streamlined. 2.4 seconds.
I know. When I read it the first time, actually, and I saw that,
You double checked it, didn't you?
Well, I did have to double check because 2015, I believe this was made.
Yes.
And to get speeds of that speed, and I mean 2015, it's not that long ago, but still,
No.
to be hitting 2.4 seconds 0 to 60, it's mental.
Come on,
AJ, it's
let's come
wild.
to rear wing, because obviously this rear wing is still active, even though it's road legal. So when you hit that brake, you can see underneath here the hydraulics, and it will shoot up, which is exceptional. And one thing for me, the one thing you can't deny, when we come and look at these exhaust pipes, I don't
these
even
aren't
know.
the blooming drain pipes. So what you see in a
It's-
factory building to let smoke out
and
of.
It's like it's,
You can
it's
fit your
oh,
fist
I'm not
in
gonna.
there.
That it has been driven. It has done 1,100 miles, which in theory is not a lot, but these are monstrous.
But you know what I love about this is everywhere you look back here, it isn't like covered up like a normal car.
It's
just
exposed.
Yeah, everything's exposed. You see
Yeah.
straight into it. You see the dampers. You see the engine. You see the wheels. You see straight through into the covering of the exhaust, the engine. You name it. You can just see it, and that's what I love about it.
Like, you know, when I said like the reflectors, they've had to add them on to make them road legal. They've just extended the brake light and put it down into reflector down here.
Yeah,
like,
but AJ, I have to say, how beautiful are these brake lights? When they start up, when the
Oh my
car's
God,
up,
yeah.
the lights are on, the whole light comes around, it wraps around, following the design of the car, and it just stops going in here, fading. On both sides, when that comes in, it just matches that McLaren-esque perfectly, really. So yeah, I love it.
Let's come around to front for this final shot, Curtis, because for me, when you see this car, is realistically, like, look at the height of it. Like, I'm going to go down here. I mean, it's so low to the floor. It's so low. I know with the road legal conversion, it does have nose lift, but wow.
Which you need
Just-
around London. You need, to be fair, in a car like this, you need it everywhere, actually. But there's one thing I noticed, actually, as well, from touching the car. We haven't drove it, but even from just giving it a
Touching
little...
the car, what are you on about?
Well, giving it a little wobble test. You know, if you ever, like, let's say you got like
Rewind. A wobble test. What's a wobble test?
Right, so if you've got a little Fiat 500 or you've got a little Corsa, you know when you were younger and you would bounce on the side or you would shake the car if people were inside.
Never.
You've never had fun, I'm telling you. You've got to live a little. Well, I touched this, I've tried wobbling it, and you can see like it's, I don't want to touch it too much. It's just solid.
So you're saying on a wobble test 1 to 10, it's a solid 10? Or it's a like no wobble? What's a solid 1 with a wobble?
No, we'll go.
One wobble.
Wobble test.
Are you froze?
Is a 1 out of 10.
It should be 0, there's no wobble.
Okay, 0 out of 10. Well, no, I was trying to think which way should we do the wobble test. It's new to the channel, the wobble test. We're going to bring it in right now.
You can let us know on the wobble test.
Yeah.
But on that note...
Is 10 bad or is 1 good? Or is 1 bad and 10 good? Let us know, guys.
The aero, and even like this car here, like just the size, like you'd think, oh, coming out of the wheel well, oh, we'll have 1 aero to control the turbulent air coming out, and then you stick another one here. It's like added on. It's like layer on top of layer on layer.
Yeah, but
layer.
what I love about it is...
Again, here, Kurt, layer, carbon, like it's already got an intake, and then we'll just add, you know what? We'll add another one to scoop out even more air.
If they don't need
Continue
something...
over, another scoop, 1 more here. It just continues. Oh, another one, like here, like that actually does go into the engine there. That's not just like...
It's like if they can have
hidden.
a gap on the car, if they don't need something to connect to the car, they will leave it free. They will leave the gap there. It's all got a reason, but it all adds to weight saving as well. And just the look of the car.
Just, yes, yes, yes. What more could you want, Curtis?
Go on, should we hop in, AJ?
We'll hop in because we're here. I don't want to scratch anything. We should watch Curtis get into the car.
Ow. Oh, God, my mic. That's so painful. Let's just change where the mic is here. Right.
Oh, okay.
It's actually very easy compared to a lot of cars to get into. Whoa, I need a bigger seat than this.
The one thing about McLaren that I really love, from the 765 LT to actually the 12C, I feel very kind of like, I feel like it's a small person's car. I feel like your head's above everything already. And you're lucky that you have actually got height, but I feel like McLaren is like, oh, small people.
Well, it is, and if
you know what I mean?
It is. The seats are very close in.
I feel like Ferrari was like suited for you.
It was more space. This is more compact straight away, 100%. But what I like about it is the doors open completely fully, shows off the wheel, and it actually, for a tall guy, it allows me to climb in. It makes it easy.
The carbon fibre monocoque that is in here it could be cut out a bit more, but it is still very, very good.
Well, would it pass that crash test? That's the thing then. That's why they blooming need it.
You just bounce around. This is why the wobble test's so good, Kurt. Your carbon fibre monocoque.
Well, no, it really is, and that's what just keeps it solid to the ground. And everywhere in here, it's all cameras. There's no wing mirror, there's no rear window. You can't see through. It's all cameras. Everything's cameras. From the front camera here, you got a camera looking in here.
What do you mean front camera? Wait, yeah, I know, but you just filming yourself.
Yeah, but I mean,
track.
well, yeah, whatever it's for.
Well, I'm gonna check myself here.
Yeah, but there's no mirror, is there? No wing mirror. There's no nothing.
One note you do have to say, these wing mirrors look design, they are a piece of art, but in reality, they're quite a weird angle to look out of.
For being in the driver's seat, they're absolutely perfect, and you need them to be so high up from being sat down, because from being sat here, you've got to look over the rear end of the car. And that bum of the car, AJ, it's prominent. It's packing some heat.
How does the steering wheel feel? Because one thing that you did say earlier is it's like this compound, this gel, this sort of kind of like forms to your hand, doesn't it? How do I even get out?
Well,
this is a good question.
I'll leave you to figure that out, AJ.
Okay, you can.
And I'll see you later.
You can end the video, or if you can even get out.
See what I mean? It's
Well,
actually
seriously,
an
how
easy
did you
car
get
to get out of. And we'll leave him in there. This, guys, the McLaren P1 GTR Street. What an absolute beautiful car in that volcanic yellow. I love it to bits. AJ's still trying to figure out how to get out there, so we'll just leave him there. I hope you've all enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, click that bell icon so you're turning the notifications on and you know when we're next uploading. And
I realised that it's your giant indicators, Curtis. are not indicators.
Oh, so they're
They're to get out.
As you can see, we haven't driven the car, so I thought them giant things in the middle were indicators, but it turns out they're the door handles. On that note, I think I'll leave.
Thank you very much. See you next week. This video is brought to you by Collier's powerful Welsh cheddar.
And the fact of the video is,
The person that invented cruise control is actually blind.
now supposedly he invented it because his lawyer was a very, very poor driver at the time, and that's where the idea came from.
Go!